Let's start with a painful reality. How many apps are currently sitting on your phone unopened, sending you those passive-aggressive notifications like, "It's been 5 days since you practiced"?
Oh, the graveyard of good intentions. It's the digital equivalent of that gym membership you bought on January 1st and stopped using by February.
Exactly. And I think for English learners, this cycle is even more brutal. There is this massive pressure to master the language, and the assumption is that mastery requires suffering. It requires hours of study, perfect grammar books, and essentially turning your life upside down.
It's the all or nothing fallacy. We convince ourselves that if we aren't suffering, we aren't learning. But looking at the trends for 2026, and specifically this concept of a simple study routine, the data suggests the exact opposite. The people who actually become fluent aren't the ones doing marathon sessions once a week. They're the ones doing something almost invisible every single day.
Invisible is a great word for it. It flies under the radar. So today, we are deconstructing a strategy that claims you can transform your English skills with just 20 minutes a day. Now, I have to play devil's advocate here. 20 minutes? That sounds like a marketing gimmick. Can you actually learn a complex language in less time than it takes to watch a sitcom episode?
Not only can you, but it might actually be the only sustainable way to do it in the modern world. The core philosophy here isn't about finding time, it's about compression. It's about taking the 4 pillars of language, vocabulary, listening, speaking, reading, and shrinking them into micro habits that fit into the cracks of a busy day.
Okay, so let's break this down. Because if I tell a listener, just study for 20 minutes, they're going to stare at a wall for 20 minutes. We need structure. The method we're analyzing proposes a 4-part split, 5 minutes each. Let's start with the first block, vocabulary.
Right. The old school way is open a dictionary or an app, memorize a list of 20 words, and forget 18 of them by tomorrow morning. It's cognitive overload.
It's useless. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Exactly. The 2026 routine shifts the focus from quantity to utility. The target is 5 words, just 5. But, and this is the crucial part, you don't just memorize the definition, you have to immediately own the word.
Own the word? What does that look like practically?
It means context. If you learn the word routine, you don't just memorize routine equals a sequence of actions. You write a sentence that is true for your life. My morning routine includes coffee. When you attach a word to your personal reality, your brain tags it as important data rather than junk data.
That makes sense. It's emotional tagging. You're hacking your memory by making it personal. Okay, so that's the first 5 minutes. Boom, done. Next is listening. Now, usually, people think listening means putting on a CNN broadcast or a complex lecture and struggling to understand every word.
And that is the fastest way to kill your motivation. If you're understanding only 40% of what you hear, you aren't learning, you're decoding. It's exhausting. The strategy here is comprehensible input. You need content that is easy or medium difficulty.
So it should be enjoyable?
Radical concept, right? Enjoyment. If you listen to a podcast about a topic you actually like, maybe tech, maybe cooking, maybe storytelling, and you understand the general idea, your brain is doing background processing. You don't need to catch every preposition. You need to catch the flow.
I love that. It relieves so much pressure. You don't have to be a detective analyzing evidence. You just have to be an audience member. But let's move to the scary part. The third 5-minute block. Speaking.
The beast.
The beast. Most people wait until they are ready to speak, which usually means they never speak.
Waiting until you are ready to speak is like waiting until you are strong to go to the gym. It's backward. You speak to get ready. But the 20-minute routine has a workaround for the social anxiety. You talk to yourself.
I can hear the listeners rolling their eyes. Talk to myself? I'm going to look crazy.
Look, would you rather look a little crazy in your living room for 5 minutes or remain silent in English for the rest of your life? It's a low-stakes environment. You narrate your life. I am making coffee. The water is hot. I am tired today.
It sounds rudimentary, but I see the logic. You're building the muscle memory of mouth movement without the fear of judgment.
Precisely. You are bridging the gap between the brain and the tongue. By the time you actually talk to a human, your mouth is already used to forming these shapes. And frankly, in 2026, with AI tools and voice notes, you can even record yourself and check it. but the core act is simply vocalizing.
So we've got vocabulary, listening, speaking. The final 5 minutes is reading or writing. The method suggests alternating them.
Right. And again, keep it micro. For reading, don't try to read War and Peace. Read a graded reader, books specifically designed for learners, or a simple blog post. For writing, I love the 3-sentence diary concept.
Just 3 sentences?
Today was busy, I felt tired, I studied English. Done. It's about building the habit of output. It proves to yourself that you can express a thought in English every single day.
It seems the recurring theme here is lowering the bar. We set the bar so high that we can't jump over it, so we walk away. This method lowers the bar so much that you can step over it even on your worst day.
That is the philosophical key. Consistency beats intensity, always. If you study for 4 hours on Sunday, you'll burn out. If you do 20 minutes a day, by the end of the year, you've done over 120 hours of focused, high-quality practice. But more importantly, you've changed your identity. You aren't trying to learn English. You are someone who does English.
Identity change, that's powerful. But I want to touch on something else mentioned in the source material, the fear of mistakes. Even with this routine, people freeze up because they think, if I don't say it perfectly, I shouldn't say it.
That is a cultural trap. We are taught in school that a mistake is a red X on a paper. It's a failure. But look at native speakers. Do you think native speakers speak perfect textbook English?
Absolutely not. We mumble, we use slang, we cut off sentences, we make grammar slips constantly.
Exactly. In the real world, communication is about connection, not perfection. If you say, I go yesterday instead of I went yesterday, guess what? I understand you. The mission is accomplished. The 2026 mindset is about embracing the ugly English. Speak messy English. Just speak.
It's shifting the goal from performance to connection. That's a huge relief. So we have this plan. It's 20 minutes. It's flexible. But what happens when life punches you in the face? You get sick, work gets crazy, you miss a day. The guilt sets in.
The guilt spiral. This is where most people quit. They miss one day, feel like a failure, and then miss a month. The rule here is simple. Never miss twice. If you miss Tuesday, fine. You're human. Just do Wednesday. Don't try to do 40 minutes on Wednesday to make up for it. Just do the 20.
Reset and resume. Don't compensate.
Right, because compensating feels like punishment. And if English feels like punishment, your brain will avoid it. We want English to be the coffee break, not the chore.
I really like the idea of flexibility within the routine too. The source material mentioned that if you're too tired for grammar, just listen to music. Read lyrics. That counts.
It absolutely counts. If you're exhausted, watch a 5-minute YouTube video with subtitles. That is still immersion. The routine isn't a prison, it's a framework. It bends so it doesn't break.
So looking ahead to 2026, why is this specific approach so vital right now? We have translation apps. We have AI that can speak for us. Why bother with this routine?
That's the million-dollar question. If technology can do it, why should we? I think it comes down to agency. Sure, an app can order your dinner in Paris, but an app cannot make a joke with the waiter. An app cannot understand the nuance of a story told by a stranger on a train. Language is the interface for human experience.
That's beautiful. The app gives you the transaction. The language gives you the relationship.
Precisely. And by committing to this simple routine, you aren't just learning words. You are building discipline, confidence, and opening a door to a wider world. The cost is only 20 minutes. The return on investment is infinite.
It's a small price to pay for a bigger life.
And frankly, we all waste 20 minutes a day doom scrolling on social media. Just swap that out.
Ouch, called out. But you're right. Okay, so for everyone listening, the challenge is on the table. Not to study more, but to study smarter. To stop trying to be perfect and start being consistent.
Start small, start messy, but start tomorrow. Actually, no, start today. Do 5 minutes of vocabulary right after this podcast.
There it is. No excuses. Thank you for breaking this down with me. It feels a lot less scary now.
My pleasure. It's always easier than we think. We just have to get out of our own way.
And to our listeners, we want to know, what is the one part of this routine you're going to try first? Vocabulary? Talking to yourself? Let us know. Until next time, keep it simple.
And keep moving forward. Goodbye, everyone.